So the 2025 season almost over, the attention now switches to 2026, and it does ask the question, which teams could surprise a lot of people? Well, in this video we were discussing exactly that. I'm going to be giving you guys 4 teams which I think could surprise a lot of people in 2026. If you want to see more, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to see more videos like this one. The first team that I think could surprise a lot of people in 2026 is Williams. Now, Williams haven't developed this year's car whatsoever. They've been entirely focusing on 2026, developing that car as much as possible. And I think that's going to give them a big advantage heading into 2026 when some teams are only really starting now developing next year's car. And I wouldn't be at all surprised if they get multiple race wins in 2026 and maybe an outside chance of a Constructors' Championship because they've got a really solid driver lineup. They have Alex Albon, who's been unbelievable this season, and they have Carlos Sainz, who's consistent and one of the best drivers on the grid on his day. And not only that, they've got so much experience with their team principal James Vowles, who used to work with Mercedes and knows how to run a team sort of. And I just think Williams are on the rise at the moment. They've got money to actually develop next year's car with their title sponsor they got this year. And just in general, they've just been on the rise. They've been getting better and better every single season. Well, apart from 2024. The second team that I think could be a dark horse for 2026 is Alpine. Now, Alpine's sort of doing what Williams are doing, not developing this year's car and just focusing entirely on next year. The only difference is Alpine's car is actually really slow, but the Williams car is actually still quite competitive. But I think the main thing that's been holding Alpine back is their engine. Because I think earlier on in the season, one of the drivers said Alpine's aero is actually really good. But it's just their engine that's holding them back. And since they're using Mercedes engines next year, I think they'll be a lot better. That's if obviously they get the aero side of things right, and the Mercedes engine is as good as what people think it's going to be. And plus, they've got Pierre Gasly, who in my opinion is really good. The second driver has not been confirmed yet, but it's most likely going to be Colapinto, who has actually been pretty good as of late. And I wouldn't be surprised if Alpine do fight for some wins at certain tracks. The third team that I think could be a dark horse for 2026 is surprisingly Audi. Now, Audi's entering the sport for the first ever time purchasing the Sauber F1 team, and they're entering with a brand new engine, which is reportedly not as bad as what people think. I mean, recently apparently they gained significant improvements with their engine, and I don't think Audi's going to be nowhere near as bad as what people think they're going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if they're nearer to the midfield than the backfield. And plus, they've got such a good lineup. They've got Nico Hülkenberg, who's got a lot of experience, and they've got Gabriel Bortoleto, who's a really exciting prospect. And plus, they've got so many personnel from Red Bull, from Ferrari. They're just a team that could be challenging for championships in a non-distant future. The fourth and final team that I think could be a dark horse for 2026 is Cadillac. Now, Cadillac is building a brand new F1 team, from the facilities to the car, basically everything. But they're not making their own engine unlike Audi. They're using Ferrari power units, which are reportedly meant to be decent. I mean, I say that, Ferrari always say they've got a good car, good engine, but they let everyone down. But all jokes aside, I think Ferrari will be competitive in 2026. But the one thing that's going to help Cadillac so much next year is their experience. Now, I don't know much of the personnel side of things, but what I do know is their driver lineup. They've got Valtteri Bottas, who I think is really underrated as a driver, and I've got Sergio Perez, who on his day I think is one of the best drivers when he's actually in F1 on the grid. And I think those two will help Cadillac so much developing that car. I mean, what's stopping Cadillac being one of the better teams in the midfield in their first season? Well, there we have it. That is my 4 teams that I think could be a dark horse for 2026. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe, because I'm going to try and make videos more often if possible. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys for a new video coming soon.